We have the first iteration of our GB12 speed team completed, and I thought we would go through and take a look at how it's set up and hopefully help you get yours set up, because it's not as bad as you might think. I'm still pretty early game. I don't have a lot of high rune quality. We had completed GB12, but we were doing it, I feel like it was taking us about 3.5 minutes per run. So this is well over twice as fast as we were doing it. And it's been very consistent. I've run this several times now. We're not failing any runs. So let me sift through these runes real quick, and then be a speed rune. And then we'll go talk about how everyone is set up, and then we'll take a look at how it all works. I don't think I want that one. I don't want that one. Keeping that one regardless, and we'll see if that rolls speed. Okay, so we are running. Let's actually take a look at it from the dungeon screen. I feel like that's going to be a little bit easier. So we are running a Veramos variant of the team. The popular later game version of it is Lucian, and I've gotten it to work with Lucian with my current setup, but I don't think it's going to be as reliable as the Veramos, which is 100% reliable at this point. And I have a long way to go before I think I can use Lucian and speed it up in any meaningful way. So I figure it's not worth the risk. I might as well just run Vero because they're doing it at about the same speed. Lucian is going to need like over 1,000 more attack. You know what I mean? And I'm going to need my attack tower high level and my crit damage tower. And I'm going to need fight runes on a lot of the team. So there is a lot of room to improve on this team in the gear on everyone. But again, a minute and 25-ish, I think, what was the average? Minute 24, minute 25? I don't remember what the average was, but roughly a minute and a half average on GB12 in the early game. Can't beat it. Like, I mean, I guess you could if you welled out real hard or something, but can't complain about it, I guess I should say. So it is Veramos, it's 2A Sath, 2A Tattoo, and then double Melia. Melia is very easy to fuse. You're going to have to fuse one copy of her through the Summoner's Way, and then again, she's real easy to fuse. I've fused 2 copies of her. I've been doing a lot of fusions the last 2 or 3 days. So double Melia, 2A Sath, 2A Tattoo. These also seem overwhelming. I was able to farm 2A Tattoo stage 4, and I had to do 2A Sath on stage 3. We can go talk about the teams that I used to do that really quickly, just as a reference point for you. Obviously, the higher stage you can do, the better, but I had to do stage 3 on Sath. So the reason is because for Sath, stage 4 is water, and stage 5 is just out of my reach currently. So we did stage 3. And this is the setup we ran. They never failed to run on stage 3. They could complete stage 4, but every now and then they would fail, and I don't want to waste this energy. So we just sucked it up and did stage 3. Vero, Bella, Mav, and then Sath here. Now there's a few different variations of this that are probably a lot more efficient and better, but it's kind of tough. This is what I had available to me that worked the best and made the most sense. And then for Tattoo, no, she's in here, right? For Tattoo, yeah, we did stage 4 and we ran this. And at the time, she wasn't leveled up. I think I might have thrown some gear on her to help out a little bit, but I think she was still level. She might have been 4-star even, 4-star or 5-star, I don't remember. And Ren was actually really, really good in here. I was struggling to find a member of the team that could help us. I actually brought a Rauk up to 5-star to see if Rauk could help, and he couldn't really with what I had available to give him. So I was like, let me just throw Ren in and see how it goes. And they were very consistent. Ren was actually really, really good in here. So Verd, Colleen, and then Ren. You'll have to, if you don't have Ren, you'll have to find another option, another good option. I reckon if you did Sath first, you could throw Sath in here. But yeah, anyway, that's what we did to farm the dungeons. Just farm the highest stage you can. I would recommend not farming anything below 3. I feel like anything below 3 is probably a little bit too inefficient. 3 is not ideal for sure. I don't recommend 3, but you got to do what you got to do, right? So anyway, as far as the team is concerned, my towers are not that leveled up. I'll go ahead and show you that as well. How do we get there quick? I've got 8 on my speed tower, 5 on my crit damage tower, 8 on my attack tower. I don't have a lot going on in my towers just yet. And if you're running the Veramos version, I don't reckon you really need to worry too much about that. The speed tower is probably going to help you a bit, but beyond that, probably not as important. That stuff starts to... I did all that because I was trying to make it work with Lucian. So let's go in and talk about their runes and speed and stuff. Now, I don't know that... I don't have like a chart of like ranges of speeds you need to hit. I'm going to show you my speeds, and you'll see where they're at and what the turn order is. I think the important things are that Tattoo needs to be the slowest. She needs to come in behind everyone and ignite, right? Or is that what it's called? Is that what her A3 is called? Incinerate, rather. So she's the slowest on the team. And I tried this with other runes, but I had to put her on double will shield, and I put him on double will focus. And I had to do that because I'm catching freezes in the waves. And if they start catching freezes, it starts to get real bad for us. Also, that helps the enemies get more turns. They hit us more. Somebody ends up going down. So between them being on double will and Vero being there to drop stuns when he can, it's, again, so far been 100% safe. I've run several stacks of multis because I wanted to make real sure this was good. So she's on double will shield, and I don't have this leveled up more because she needs to be slower. I could probably take this to 12, but it doesn't seem necessary. But we've got her on speed, HP, and resistance. I would like to have HP there, but I don't have an HP rune. And this is where you're going to see how obtainable this is ultimately. The rune quality here is not through the roof. And I have a few misplaced stats because I don't have better runes. I actually went and crafted like 30 will runes. Crafted all the will runes I could to try to fill in some of these spots. So HP there. Ideally, I'd have HP here, but I couldn't get it. And I think it's probably not a bad idea to have accuracy on her, but it doesn't really feel necessary right now. She's really just blowing up the continuous dots. So I don't think accuracy on her is a real big deal. I wouldn't be too concerned with the accuracy. She's got 8% and the team's working fine for me. Other than that, the shield set, you want to get her some HP. That's why I would really like to have HP here if I could get it, so that the shield set does a little bit more for us as well when we do take a hit. And then again, just make sure she needs to be the slowest on the team, but faster than the enemies. All right. So I think I'm kind of right in that sweet spot. I think it's somewhere in the 150s that she needs to be sitting. So that's where she's at for me. For Sath, he again is on double will focus, and he's on speed, HP, and defense. I'd probably have him on HP as well, but I don't have it. So there you go. And I don't think his speed is super important, to be honest. I've got him at around, what is that? 160? Yeah. And then I think accuracy is nice on him. Also not mandatory though, I don't think. And I've got him at 46, and he's still throwing up debuffs every time he does something. So it's working. But really, again, you just kind of need him to be able to take the hit. And then faster than Tattoo. And then I guess a reasonable amount of accuracy so that he can assist with the dots. But most of your dots are going to be coming from the Melias. And actually Vero's pretty helpful with him too. So one of my Melias is not even 6-star. She's the fast one. I read, I think it was in a Jew Bagel video, and then he put up a sheet, a chart of like speeds. I didn't really follow that though. I figured I would just try to gear everyone up and see if I could get it working. And then if I couldn't, I would go troubleshoot. And we ended up getting it working without that. Now, the sheet says she needs to be at like plus 180. I can't make that happen. I put her on a Swift set with all the best speed subs I could find. Like this one's a bummer, I didn't have any. I did put her on a fight set too. I could probably go swap this out now. This is again when I was trying to make it work with Lucian. I just haven't needed to revisit her because after I made the changes to Tattoo and Sath, it was fine. Just keeping them from getting frozen and giving them a little bit of sustain so that they can take whatever hits we do have to absorb has been the answer. So the fight runes was when I was trying to squeeze Lucian in, but I think you're going to need a lot more fight sets ultimately. So anyway, she's on Swift Fight. I might switch this out at some point. Maybe I get her on a focus. Maybe, I don't know. I'll try to find some stuff with some good speed, get her faster. But the thing that she needs to be at like plus 180, mine's at plus 119 and it's working fine. So do with that information what you will. but she's on speed, defense, and accuracy. You do want to have a good bit of accuracy on the Melias. I would like to have more on her, but so far she's been fine at 68. I think having advantage is probably helping her out a bit too. So one of your Melias needs to be real fast. That's all I really know. I don't know how in depth. And again, maybe some of these speeds, maybe that stuff starts to matter when you're really trying to speed the run up and you're trying to make it work with Lucian and all of that. But again, this is kind of the beginner iteration of the team, so maybe that stuff's not as important to just get it working. Maybe when you want to start doing really fast times, all that matters. But anyway, one fast Melia, and the other Melia, again, just like kind of faster than Tattoo, and that's really it. And then she's got a lot of accuracy. We've got her on violence, so she can potentially proc and throw up some more dots. And then we've got her on speed, HP. The artifacts aren't really. She's just wearing whatever got auto equipped. I don't think they're super important right now. And then my Veramos I have on Swift, and he's on speed, HP, and he's just, pretty fast. Decent HP for an earlier game build, and about 50% accuracy. He's also been very consistent with the dots, okay? So it's not super complicated to set up. Again, maybe when you get to the later version of it, where you're trying to use Lucian and you're really trying to optimize the speeds or how fast the runs are, maybe that's when some of this stuff starts to matter more. But to get it functional and reliable wasn't really as bad as I was thinking. I think the key here is double will on Tattoo and Sath. So that could be the kicker for you, is getting double will on both of them in a functional way. But you see, it's not, the run quality here is not like great, and some of the main stats are even wrong, and it's still working. All right, so I'm actually going to jump in and do a multi so that I can show you how it works, and then we'll end the video, and I'm just going to keep running it. All right, so let's do that. We'll bring it up like that though. And one thing to mention is target the boss first on mid boss and main boss. All right, that's pretty important, I would say. The buff to Vero helps a lot here too, because anyone he doesn't stun, he knocks back their turn meter, and that's incredibly helpful in keeping us from getting hit. But you see, like, we're avoiding the freeze there is huge, and then the dots are going to kill him. Going to be a lot of the same here. And when she keeps violent proccing like that, it's lovely. So again, the Melias getting frozen and stuff is not a big deal. I think it's just Sath and Tattoo. They need to be protected, right? They can't take a lot of hits because they're the wrong affinity. You know what I mean? It's a lot easier for them to die. So everyone else is pretty good. If you have a problem with your second Melia dying, 6-star, and her base stats will go up so much, she'll probably be so much tankier, it won't be a big deal. Like, we lost her there, but it's too late. This is over when the Giant go, or either when Giant or Tattoo goes. So that's it. Again, sometimes someone gets dropped. By far a new best time. I think our old best time was 123. So that's it. It's really not that bad to get set up. The worst, the grindiest part of it is farming the 2As. That's kind of tough to get a team that's going to do that reliably for you at a stage that's not wildly inefficient. And then getting your hands on some will runes. So maybe as you prep for it, when you get through missions that let you select a rune set, maybe select will. I think you can grab some materials from the limited shop right now. Not the limited shop, the surprise shop. You can grab crafting materials here. So you can go and see what you need. Hey, bud. You can go see what you need for will runes and grab the appropriate packs from in there, I think. Chaos and Transcendence. Which maybe I might do actually. So there's Chaos, there's that's Harmony. That's Transcendence? Yeah. You can buy the materials from in here. You don't actually have to be able to farm them yet. And make you some will runes. See if you can't get that going. But that's it. It's really not that bad. And then over time, as our rune quality goes up, we're able to start getting fight runes, and we get our towers a little bit further along. We get some more speed on our runes. Maybe we'll start to work on the version of this that does it. I don't know how fast the faster versions of it are, honestly. I'm pretty pleased with the minute 16 was our last one. That's really good. I'm pretty pleased with what we got going on right now, considering how early we are in the game. So later down the line, we'll speed it up. We'll make an updated video on how to make this happen. But hopefully, this shows you this is not too far out of your reach as a new player. Again, I've been back not even a month yet. Maybe 3 weeks, maybe a little over 3 weeks. And I really only started focusing this 4 days ago. So if you start focusing it, you can get it done. It's really not that bad. So if you have any questions or tips you want to add, drop them below. There's a link below to my Discord if you want to jump in there and ask some more specific questions as you try to get this team working, or questions about anything else. We got a pretty active Summoners War community in the Discord that are pretty helpful. And other than that, I reckon that's it. I reckon that's all there is to talk about. So I do hope it was helpful. I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate y'all. Have a good one.